Colorado from Fitness Evolution, Laguna Hills, California. I'm here with Paul Addison from Health Quest Physical Therapy. We've been coming together, a lot of our clients have been talking to us about low back problems. So we've been getting together to see what can we do for our clients as well as the general public to tackle this situation. We've been talking, so we're seeing just everybody sitting, driving, mousing all day. That, I don't know if it's really a word, mousing, but it's what it is, all these forward shoulders, all this forward neck. It's leading to a lot of tight hip flexors, tight hamstrings, weak glutes that aren't firing. So we've been talking, what can we do to kind of help people? I mean, we're seeing it a ton in our business. I don't know what you're seeing in physical therapy. I gotta imagine it's a big chunk of your day out there right now.
Yeah, about 80% of Americans are going to develop low back pain at some point in their life. For me, it's honestly about half of my practice is low back pain, whether it's traumatic onset or it just comes on from postural dysfunction, disuse. You see a lot of people, like you were saying, the forward shoulders, they're hunched forward like this, working at the computer all day, kind of slouched in the chair, so they end up walking around instead of having good straight posture, they're now here like this. So we're just going to go over various things that I do a lot in physical therapy, that Vito does a lot when he's training people with fitness training, and just kind of combining the two so we can have a good, well-rounded program that somebody can do at home for maybe 15, 20 minutes, 3 or 4 days a week, something like that. So we're going to work on stretching, strengthening, and some functional movements as well, so that you can have not only that strength, but the functional ability to move throughout your day.
Yeah, and we're going to keep it as simple as possible, just using basic, minimal equipment. So this way you don't have to go out and purchase anything new. We're just going to be able to run you through this little thing. You want to start with a little foam rolling?
Yeah, so foam rolling is important because when you're sitting a lot, or even when you're working out, your muscle develops areas within the muscle itself that gets really tight. They're called trigger points. What foam rolling does is it helps to release the trigger points on your own without the need of going to see a massage therapist 4 days a week. So this is something really simple you can do at home. If you don't have a foam roll, you can get them probably for under $30 at a lot of places.
And they can go to our website and order right off our website, so it'll be easy for them. But we're going to run through the most, I kind of look at foam rolling as a human rolling pin.
Yeah.
You're just trying to find those adhesions and break them down. We're going to run through the most basic ones that you would have to foam roll when you're dealing with low back pain. So you want to start calves?
Yeah.
All right.
So with the calves, you want to lie on your back, cross one leg over the other if it's moderately tender, or if it's really tender, you don't need to cross the leg. Just kind of having the hips just barely up off the ground there, putting as much or as little body weight on your calf as you need. And you want to work all the way from the Achilles tendon all the way up to right below the knee.
And the key has got to be that you go slow. You got to allow enough time and body weight pressure to find that trigger point. If you're just flying like this, you're going to be just rolling right over them. Nice and slow is definitely the key. Once you find those trigger points, trust me, you're going to know when you feel one. You want to kind of find that, hang out on it about 20-30 seconds. That gives enough time for the response in the muscle spindle to relax and begin that relaxation response. 20-30 seconds, and then you can kind of move on. For the sake of the video, we're just going to kind of move over each one quickly. Want to go IT band?
Yeah, so IT band, again, starts at your hip. It's a tendon, it's a really broad, thick tendon. It goes all the way down the outer side of your leg, and your quad muscle is actually attached to it. And the reason we do this is because when it comes into the knee, it can pull your kneecap out and mess up the alignment of your knee.
Now, whenever you're doing the IT band, you've got an option of bringing the knee all the way down for a little less body weight. You can lift it up a little bit more, and you can even cross over here if you need a little bit more. That's definitely advanced, and if you're in a lot of pain, you're not going to want to be doing that one. But also, if you turn the body slightly downward, you can get a little bit of hip flexor at the top of the hip. You'll kind of get comfortable and eventually start feeling around on there. But again, this one, in particular mid-thigh, up around the hip flexor, a lot of people, this one can be, you got to be a little slow. You got to be tolerant of this one if you want to keep it that way. So, IT band, do not go on to the kneecap. You go into just above the kneecap. You go all the way up to the top of the hip and hip flexor. Let's go glute.
Yeah. So with the glutes, again, people are sitting on their glutes all day long. Instead of using the glute going through your full range of motion, doing lunges and things like that, people mostly sit and the glute locks up. If your glutes are locked up, you can't move your back properly. You start overusing one area of your low back. So we've got the glute. We want to pull that leg to the side a little bit to really stretch out that glute muscle.
You're just going to make sure that you're crossing that ankle of the side glute that you want to work across the knee. The other leg is flat down on the ground there. You're just kind of rolling around through there. Your sciatic nerve runs through here, so this one can be definitely a little bit of a trigger. So just take your time, nice and easy. Again, keys that you're moving nice and slow through that range motion. Then you'd easily just flip to hit the other side and roll it out through there. What was our
The last one's quads.
quads? Yeah, quads is an easy one. Just placing the foam roller right there. You're gonna put it just above your kneecaps. You're gonna come down right on top. Give them a reason why the quads are an important one as well.
So with your quads, you have obviously 4 quads. One of them crosses your hip, called your rectus femoris muscle. As you're sitting all day, that muscle tightens up, and as you go to walk, it can tilt your hip forward, which again pulls on your back. Every time you walk, that leg goes behind you because that muscle pulls on your, muscle crosses your hip and it pulls on your back too much.
When you're doing the quad, you got your options of feet turned out. You got your options of feet turned in, and we'll just hit a little bit different areas of the quad. And going again up as high as you can towards the hip flexor, and never going down onto the kneecap, stopping just short of the kneecaps. So those are your basic exercises as far as for your with some foam rolling. Should take you about 5 minutes generally.